Hello lovelies, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah and this is the place where I watch basically whatever I want, most of the time. But we're here today to do something that I wanted to do for a while on this channel because I filmed one of these a while back, but I never ended up uploading it. I don't know, I just didn't enjoy how it looked, I guess, or the format that I did it in, you know, like it just wasn't what I wanted to do. So I didn't end up uploading it, but I'm here today to do a updated makeup routine because it has been a long time since I did my makeup on this channel, and I feel like at least once a week or multiple times people comment about my makeup, and that makes me very happy because it is something that I spent a lot of my time on. Even though of course I want to do it, it's still like a big part of my life, so I'm very happy that a lot of people like it. So I want to say, of course, thank you as always. But we're here today to show it off a little bit, let you know kind of what my routine is like. Now, if this is a little bit of an awkward angle, I'm sorry about that, but I really don't know with my tripod. It's kind of weird, so I hope you understand. But one of the reasons why we're doing this too is because I have something very special. I have a package from Glisten Cosmetics. This is a order from them. I actually own, I brought it here, but I'm not going to end up using it today. But I have one of their liner palettes. I use this all the time. If you can see, I have basically used that black until it's gone because I love it so much. It's so easy to use, and I love having these many colors. So I had this, and even though I haven't used it up obviously, and I still am going to use a lot of these colors because a lot of them aren't present in the things that we have. But I'm going to do a little bit of a haul first, and then we're going to do our makeup. I'm going to go do my base routine pretty quickly. I'm probably just going to show you my products and then do a speed run of me just doing my base, and then we are going to continue on because otherwise this is going to be too long and I don't want to use up all the space on my phone. But I'm going to show you real quick what we have in here, starting off with the tools because they're a little less interesting in my opinion, even though it's nice. So if you want to know, this is the Lynn's makeup bundle. If you don't know who she is, follow her on TikTok. If you have TikTok, she is an amazing creator. She makes such fun makeup looks, and she is a big inspiration of mine because I feel like in the makeup landscape, there's a lot of natural makeup is a lot more the standard, and so she's one of the people who really make sure that fun makeup is being kept in style. So I love her, and she did a collab recently, so I decided to get it as a little present for myself. So here are some lashes. I don't have any lash glue right now, so I can't use these today, but it is, I think, because there's probably no lash glue in this, at least I think so. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to use these, but I am going to in the future as soon as I get my hands on some lash glue, because I thought I had some and then I realized it dried. So yeah, and then we have these brushes, the Lindsay brushes from Glisten Cosmetics. Look at how cute that is. So these are liner brushes. If you buy any of these liner palettes from them, they will have this little thingy where you can put a brush in if you buy a bigger one. So I have this one. I think the ones that I got are smaller than that, so it's gonna be nice. But I'm gonna show them off. I love the colors of this too. I just wanted new makeup brushes because I haven't bought new ones since I was 15 basically. So here are the brushes. You can see that little tiny one and that little more longer skinny one. Yeah, I think these are definitely different than the ones that I have, so that is nice. Probably going to do a little quick cut and then organize all this. And then we have some more brushes, but these are eyeshadow brushes from the other brand that is in the collaboration, Blend Bunny. I haven't actually bought anything from them previously, but I have really enjoyed the color schemes and stuff like that for their palettes. So I got this as well because I own 2 eyeshadow brushes that are from the dollar store. So yeah, I was like, yeah, we gotta splurge on this. And then we have a little tinier thing, which I thought was really cute, and I love these personally. So I decided to get it. So I decided to get the whole bundle. This is the Lynn's X Juicy Tint, Lip Tint, that is what it's called. I don't know why it took me so long to get that there. But just look at how cutesy this is. Like, that is adorable. I'm gonna have to flip the footage so you can see this better. It's gonna be a little awkward, but look at how cute that is. And then you open that, and it's a little lip tint. I really like peachy and orangey like lipsticks, but I don't own enough of them. So I was like, this is perfect. Like, if it had been just like a pink lip tint, I would have been like, maybe not, but I don't really own any because they're not really the standard. So here comes the good part, and I'm very excited about this. Oh wait, there's one more thing. Little sticker. I'm gonna put this, I don't know where, but I'm gonna put it somewhere. But I think I flashed you of the thing that I am very, very excited for. So here we have it. Let me see if I can line them up perfectly. Ta-da-da! Oh my gosh. You guys. I was like, am I really gonna do this? Am I gonna get this for myself? Yes. It's been way too long since I got something new and exciting, and I thought it was the time. So, let me show you. I think I'm gonna show you the liner palette first, because this is basically why I got the palette, or the two palettes. Of course, I think the eyeshadows are gonna be really fun too, but this is like, So if you can't tell why I did that, it's because these two are magnetized, so you can put them together and like store them like this. I think I'm probably also gonna just keep them like that, but it's really, really cool that that is a feature. And then you open it up and ta-da-da! Like, look at, I was like, this is my shit. I think it's gonna look a little bit different on camera, but this is just a wonderful color scheme. If you guys saw my palette here, like, this is what's going on, you know what I mean? So like, there's definitely some clear like similarities, but they're also quite different. I believe that these are like either their own shades or maybe they're just given new names, but I am very excited for this, and also I'm very excited about that because my black has been running out. So, but I'm in love with this, and I think it's just, the packaging is so cute too, with that the shiny details on the face. So cool. But that is the liner, and now we're gonna go into the eyeshadow palette as well. And I do enjoy this one a lot. It has a little bit more of like a moody scheme in my opinion, but it looks gorgeous. And also just with that picture with the purple, it's gonna look like, I'm gonna love that purple shade, which I'm gonna show you right now. So this is the eyeshadows. So we have a pretty heavy blue and purple scheme. This one is quite pink, but it is like quite that way, and also you get a straight up black eyeshadow. I'm really curious though about the two shimmers, because this one is like an orangey and then like a pink and almost like a green as well, like a multi-chrome. And then we have this one, Slay, which is like a pure green, but also it has some like shifts of purple. It's really, really cool. So I'm excited to try this out as well, and it looks very fun. So I'm going to enjoy playing around with this. But yeah, that is all of the products. I'm going to take all the packaging and throw it to the side and like organize things, and then we're gonna dive right into the makeup. So I'm gonna see you in just a second. All right, I am back. I have everything organized in front of me, and I have my headband on, and we are ready to get into it today. So like I said, I'm gonna do my base makeup pretty quickly because this is gonna be mostly a review, but I'm gonna show you everything still so you have a little bit of an idea of where my makeup is at today. So first off, of course, you gotta make sure that your skin is prepped and you have sunscreen on. Always do that. Even if you think like, oh, it's fine, it's not that sunny outside, wear sunscreen, okay? It's good for you, and we love it. Okay, so before that though, after you've done that part, we shall get into our first step, which is the e.l.f. Paragraph Primer. A lot of people use this, and for a good reason, because this makes your face like a mosquito trap. Is that the word? Like, it makes your face so sticky and like so ready to just like take on anything, and it like makes your face makes your makeup sit still all day, so it is lovely. So just while I was talking there, put it on, and yeah, it's just like, I don't know if you can hear that well, but it's just like magical. So that was our primer. Now we're gonna move on to our foundation. Now this is a old bottle, so I'm probably gonna need to take out my replacement in order to see what it is called. But I have the L'Oreal Infallible 32-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation with vitamin C and SPF 25. Yeah, that doesn't mean that you can't skip sunscreen though. Gotta make sure even if you have SPF in your stuff. But I love this product. I've been using it for a while, and it is one of my, I think my favorite foundation I've ever used, because it is it's like lightweight, but also full coverage. It is just like magic. I really love it. So let us put this on. Alright, that is my foundation on. As you can see, I don't know, there's just something about it where like it's not as like, it's not that, it doesn't feel heavy, and it's not like too much for me, but it also just creates this like nice even canvas, so to say. So I really like this foundation, and I probably will continue to use it for a long time unless they discontinue it, because that has not been, that is quite a normal occurrence for me. So, foundation done. We're going to dive into our next step. I have the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand Contour in, I think this is the shade Light, Fair Light, yes, exactly, because I have realized that I don't need to go that dark with my contours anymore. So we shall do just a little quickie to contour the face. Alright, our face is a little more snatched than it was previously, although I don't really go that heavy with it, because I don't know. I just think I like my face shape, so I don't feel like I really need that much. So yeah, that was the contour, and now we're going to move on to the concealer. This is from Revolution Makeup Revolution London. I don't know how do you say this brand, but this is their Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer. This one is also almost out, so I actually have a refill. But I really like this one. It's so like, how should I say, the shade match is really perfect. At least I think so, for having a brightening effect. And then also it's just so like smooth. And I've always had issues about concealers being like, not clumpy, but like sticking in weird ways to my under eyes. But this one is just so like, I don't know, it blends out so nicely, and it's from the drugstore, and that just makes me happy, you know what I mean? So, yeah. And then we're gonna blend it out, and I am going to keep it off of my eyeballs until we start doing the eyeshadow. And there we have it. So that is basically like all of the skin colored products, if that makes sense. That's like all I use. I just go for foundation, concealer, contour, and that's basically it. I do have some powdered products later, but like with cream products, that's basically all. And then we're going to do a little liquid blush. I got 3 of these shades in my NYX advent calendar, and I absolutely love these because they're just so smooth, and they're so like easily blendable, and they're all such pretty shades. So because of the look that I have planned, because I looked through the palette, I was like, what do I want to do? I'm gonna do just pink. So I think that is going to be fun. So I'm just gonna blend this on the cheeks, a little on the nose, and yeah. I think currently this side is a lot more pigmented than this side, so we're gonna have to do a little fixer upper, I think, but otherwise that is basically it. I don't know, it just looks so, like, even though you saw the color, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, for my face, this shade isn't a natural blush color. I think I'm more on the red side, so this is just like, it's very unnatural for my skin tone. But as you can see, like, it still feels like it's not that crazy. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I don't know, maybe I've just deluded myself into thinking this is like a normal look for somebody. I don't know though, but I like it, and that's all that matters. So I think that is all. Yes, that is. It's all of my base products that are liquid. So we are now going to set the face. So usually I grab a palette. This is a spoiler for later, probably. The Gold Kit from Anastasia. I'm going to grab this, which is like, this used to be like the it thing in like 2016. The Revolution Translucent Baking Powder. Like, this was everybody's thing, and I'm still stuck there because I don't know, I used to not really enjoy it, but then I realized that if I do it, my makeup like lasts so much longer. So I am going to set most of the face. I'm going to pay attention to the under eyes, the chin, and like the nose, and then also kind of the middle of the forehead. And then I'm also probably just going to use a brush to set the rest of the face with powder as well. So let's do that. Alright, our face is set, and I left a little bit extra underneath the eyes so that we are good to go and that we don't have any fallout, just in case. I don't know how the products, if they have that issue, but we always have to stay and make sure that it doesn't happen. So this is what we're working with right now, and now we're gonna dive into my eyebrows. So this is also from Revolution. This is just I think it's called the dark brown, I think. Yeah, dark brown eyebrow pencil. It's very, very standard. There we go. We basically have our eyebrows done. I don't know why they look so intense in this light. I promise you that they're just as dark as they usually are. Maybe it's just like, I don't know, maybe it just feels weird to me. And then I'm going to quickly go over it. This is actually a hair product, like for your actual hair, but I don't have any eyebrow gel anymore because it ran out. But anyway, I don't advise you to do this, but this is the Hair Project's hair finishing stick. I also use this for my hair. It is a great product. I think there's like tons of variants on this of like on the market, but I don't know, if you have a lot of flyaways, I think it just works perfectly. And also it does work very nicely as a very, very strong eyebrow gel. So there's that. We're gonna quickly do that because it takes like truly like 2 seconds. There we go. Nice. So next step is we're going to carve out those eyebrows, like not fully, but just like the underside of the underside of the brow. And I'm going to now here, of course, this is the part where we're finally putting some base eyeshadow to stick onto. So that is what we're doing right now. So I kind of like do that little where I accentuate the arch of the eyebrow from underneath. And then I kind of drag it down as well onto the lid just a bit. You can probably see why I got a new of this concealer, because it's running out, you know? So So like that, I think if I blend that out, nicely, I think that is it. So now finally comes the fun part. Now I decided, like I said, on my own that I'm going to do kind of a very maximalist look today because I think it just fits perfectly with her brand, but also because I want to use as many colors as possible so you guys can see, you know, its full potential. So I think I'm gonna grab this one, which is, let's see, the sixth brush. This one is like huge. So this is gonna be my little blender, and then I'm gonna use I'm gonna grab this one, which I think is more like a packer brush, and then this is also a little smaller detail brush. So I'm gonna use these 3. So I'm gonna do 2 different eyes today because again, I think it fits perfectly. I wanna show off as many colors as I can. So I think I'm gonna do a little kind of rainbowy color scheme, but not really, like sort of. So I think I'm gonna go first with this shade Unhinged, and then I'm gonna do the yellow shade, and then I'm gonna do this orange shade called Winnie. So then I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna do the pink, I think on the outer corner here. So then I have a chance to use this shade, this shimmer called Beepus. I like these names a lot. And then for this eye, I think I'm gonna do this green color, I think, Graphic Tea. I'm gonna use this shade called the Graphic Tea. And then I think I'm gonna use Nobody, and then Buddy, I think. So I get a little bit of like a green, blue, purple thingy, which I also like to do when I do rainbow eyes. And then I have the chance to use this color called Slay. So I think that is what I'm going to go for. So I just say we're gonna dive right in. So we're gonna do, I think I like this medium brush kind of because it's a little more for like a packing brush. So I'm gonna lay down all of the colors first in the way that I said I would, and then I'm gonna probably blend them out after that. Alright, so that is kind of the face of the first eye here. I know you probably can't see it too well, but for me on my side, I think that these blended really beautifully. There's something maybe about this yellow shade that is like, I think it's just, in general, honestly, it's hard to make a nice and like very pigmented yellow because it is like, to a lot of people, it's pretty natural to their like actual skin tone, so it is quite hard for it to show up unless you're doing like a pure white base to put your eyeshadows on top of. So I fully understand why. It does look very, very nice, but I think on camera it is a little bit like it's not showing up too well. But overall though, this looks very, very nice with the shades. Again, I'm probably just gonna need to pack it on a little bit more in order for it to have that oomph moment, but overall it looks very, very nice. I think there's something, maybe it's just the way that it shows up on camera. Maybe I just need to blend it there a little bit though. Yeah. So that was eye number 1. I'm gonna do eye number 2 with, like I said, the green, blue, and purple vibe. Alright, so that is kind of the second eye. Now you can definitely see where the rainbowness is coming in, but if you saw how I reacted to that green, holy crap, that is a good green eyeshadow. I know that they are known for like their more like their vivid shades, but I was shook by that because it is just so there's such an oomph to that shadow that I was like kind of, yeah, I was just shocked. I was just straight up shocked by that. But it looks really, really nice, and I really like the way that these blend together, because if you can see, it kind of like naturally, if you just laid it on top, they kind of naturally like blend together in like a very interesting way. But yeah, I like that a lot. I think maybe though I should go in a little bit with that darker purple, the shade called Riley, I think, because I think maybe that matches the vibe of the other colors a little bit more. Yeah, I think so. This one is a little bit more of like, this gets to be the intense eye, I guess. And then we have the light one on this side, but whew, just stunning. Really, I really like it. So I think that's basically the shadow that we got. So I'm going to put a little, like, I'm gonna do the same shades, maybe lighter even, but just like very lightly on the underside of the eye as well, to like match the way that I did it here. Alright, I have kind of laid down a little bit of an under eye eyeshadow as well, even though with these colors being a lot more intense, it's like a little bit more harsh on this side, so we're gonna see about that. But now that we've done this base, we're gonna lay down the shimmer shades, and I'm so excited to see these because, ooh, I wish you could see that as beautifully as I see it, but that is such a stunning shade. I'm gonna put these a little bit more on the, I'm gonna put this a little bit more on the middle of the eye instead of going all the way in, but I'm gonna blend it sort of there. Oof. I wish you could see that. I'm definitely gonna post pictures of this afterwards as well, so don't you worry about that, but oh, that is such a nice color. Yeah, that is like, wow, that's a wow moment for me, for sure. All right, and then we're going to grab the second shade, which is called Beepus, and we're gonna put that on top of the second eye. We're gonna see how this works with these shades, but hopefully we have a winner here. Oh, oh, oh. What the? Whoa. Whoa. Was it that blue? I guess it was. What? Oh, that is beautiful. Okay, me. I kind of ate with that one. I did not know, again, that it would fit so perfectly with this. I think it just, like, honestly has more of a translucent quality, so maybe you can lay it on top of anything and it would honestly work, but that is really nice. That is super nice. I think I'm gonna keep, though, this, because with this kind of shade, I don't think I want to overwhelm you, so I'm just gonna grab this white and use that to kind of highlight the inner corners and whatnot, because sometimes, usually I'll do like an actual shimmer shade, but I think I'm gonna keep it pretty undramatic with that one, and I'm gonna lay that as well a little bit on the brow bone. So I think that is basically my eyeshadow look. Again, I think just this camera doesn't do it justice, but I love this, so that is amazing. But I am now going to, I believe, because I don't have a lot, I have like 10 minutes of footage of this, and then also I don't really have an idea of what I want to do with this look, with these colors. So I think I'm gonna do the usual way. I'm just gonna put on black eyeliner, and then we're going to add a little bit of details afterwards, I think. So I'm gonna use the shade Swoop and just do regular eye now with this, and then I'm gonna be back. I think I'm gonna do mascara and eyeliner, and then I think I'm gonna do all the base products. I'm gonna add on bronzer, and I'm gonna add on probably a little bit of blush, I think. But then I'm gonna be right back. All right, I am back with eyeliner and with mascara and eyeliner, and I also did some bronzer and a little bit of extra of blush. So now I'm going to do something that I'm a little bit spooked of, but I decided that, of course, because this is Lynn's product, if you don't know what she does usually, and I'll show it to you in the palettes, I guess, because that just makes sense to me. she does a little heart on her nose. Like in all of her looks, most of the time, she does a little white heart on her nose. And I know this is a little bit bold of me to try and pull this off and try to do it, because I'm probably not going to be able to do it right, but I'm going to try my damnedest to make this work. So I'm going to grab one of the smaller eyeliner brushes from this kit and then hopefully do something that doesn't look like a little poop, you know? Hopefully. We're gonna see though. And then I'm gonna probably do some highlighter after that, but let me see if I can nail this, at least sort of. Now see, it looks like a heart, but it is it's a little bit off center of my nose. Should I just leave it like that? I don't know. It's very cute. I like it. I might just leave it like that because I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to do it again, but it is a little bit off center of my nose, but I think it looks cute. So that is all that I care about. All right, I think that is kind of what I'm going to deal with. I'm gonna also put on some highlights, and I think that is basically it. That is like what I usually do. But I'm gonna grab some highlight, and I'm gonna show you from the Glow Kit. I love this product. And then I have my favorite, which you can probably tell which my favorite is, because it's the only one that's hit pan. It is such a beautiful, beautiful shade of highlight. So I'm going to put that on right now. I have this in like most of my looks has this. Gonna put a little on the bridge of my nose, but I think I'm gonna keep it off of the tip at least a little bit. I might put on a little, but because I already have that little heart, I don't feel like it's necessary. There we go. I usually don't put on, I mean, you're gonna see the videos that I filmed today, obviously, because I have other stuff to film besides this video, but with that, you're gonna be able to see my look with a lipstick on, but I still haven't eaten breakfast, so I need to do that first before I start with, before I put on lipstick, I have to eat breakfast. So I'm gonna do that first until I do that, but this is basically the finished look. So again, it doesn't show up the best, I'm sure, on this camera because, I don't know, it just is always the case, but I love this look. I'm gonna take pictures of it. It looks beautiful, and oh wait, actually, because we have the peach tint. Hold on, never mind. We're going to put this on actually right now and see how it works. I almost forgot that I had this. I'm so sorry, girl. So let us put this on too. Oof. All right. Okay. I see you. I really like this look. I can already tell this is really nice build up, and it also doesn't feel sticky. A lot of the other lip tints that I've owned are like sticky galore, you know? Cute, very cute. We're gonna see if I decide to go with this because it doesn't really truly match the vibe of the eyeshadow look, but it still looks cute. Anyway though, that is this look. I hope you guys enjoyed this updated tutorial, I guess. I'm now going to eat, like I said, I'm gonna eat, and then I'm going to do the rest of my morning activities, and then I'm gonna film some stuff. But truly, thank you for watching this. I appreciate you. I always will. And this is gonna be a pretty long video, I'm sure, but what else do you expect from me? So yeah, I think that is all I'm going to say, so I'm gonna leave you right here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in whatever I do next. So yeah, bye bye.